ALO came to Kwale a few months ago and also brought about the CAPSA project, which we really worked very closely. And I appreciate because they've tackled some issues where the county government cannot manage. And for more, when child labor is mentioned, about forced labor, about the human trafficking, it is all over in our county. And we've really worked closely with the team so that at least we can save that generation for the future. Because the moment we leave them aside, it's a whole generation which we are going to leave.
In Kwale County, our role generally is to safeguard the rights of the child with, of course, support in some ways from ILO CAPSA. We have done the preliminary stages of coming up with a child protection policy, which will encompass issues of child labor. And as we speak with the consultant, courtesy of ILO CAPSA, who is taking us through the process of developing a child protection policy for Kwale County.
This policy would not just address the people of Kwale, it will bring the resources together. One, it will harmonize and bring synergy to the work of child protection. It would allow counties to allocate resources for child protection work because it's now backed by the policies and they can budget for it. Still, it brings all the stakeholders together. Working in silos is never more the case if you have a policy that is well executed because everybody would come together. Then they'll come for a common cause. It's not only for the best interest of these children, but it will help children realize their full potential by participating in everything that is done to help them have better lives. So for Kwale County, it is a plus to have a policy.
Most of the people did not understand. There's a policy that talks about the child labor. So we try to empower the community to understand even the work that you subject your child not going to school, you give the child the work of going to sell charcoal, maybe to go and burn charcoal, to go and those other stuff. That is a form of child labor. It means we are depriving the child from acquiring education. We are using them as a way of satisfying our need. But now when you talk about the child labor, they know. If you tell children about the child labor, if you subject a child to the issues of child labor, it's wrong and is against the child protection and is against the Children's Act 2022.
Other legal frameworks that have been put in place by the county. For example, we have the Gender and Inclusion Bill, and we are towards the tail end of finishing a policy on the same. We started with the Act, it has been passed. Now we are doing a policy on the same. And who knows, many other policies which will come, and then they will help us to strengthen the areas on which we work in order to mitigate issues of child labor.
So as partners, as organizations, the only way you can deal with the issues of child labor is coming together in a multi-sectoral approach to ensure that we combat the child labor within the Kwale County communities and the children are free from child labor issues.
And we are happy that ILO is supporting the project. And I think it's taking a developmental approach rather than the residual approach that has always been common with the policy processes.